Elimination, again, we're looking at some more challenging ones only because you have to multiply both equations for these to eliminate one of the variables. Um, you could pick the x's or the y's, it doesn't matter. So it's completely up to you. I'm just going to look at the x's here. A lot of people just like to look at the x's and not even think about the y's. So if you look at the x's, I can multiply the 4 by 3 to get to 12 and the 3 by 4 to get to 12. And since the 3 is already negative, I'm going to distribute the 3 to the 4x there and get 12x. I'm going to distribute the 4 to the negative 3 there and get a negative 12x. Right, so those will eliminate right there. And then I just have to distribute the rest of them and then solve my equations. So 3 times the 7y is going to be a positive 21y. 3 times the 3 is going to give me a 9. Don't forget your equal sign. Don't forget your plus sign. Then go down to the second equation. Distribute the 4 to the negative 3. I already did. 4 to the 2y. Get a positive 8y. Equals 4 times the negative 24. It's going to be negative 96. And once I got that, then I just add up my columns. So the 12x minus 12x cancels out, gives you nothing. The 21y and 8y, you're going to get 29y equals the 9 minus 96. You're going to get a negative 87. And then once you've got that, it's really easy to solve the y. You just divide by 29 and take negative 87 divided by 29, and you're going to end up with negative 3. And then once you got the y value, or sometimes the x value, you just plug it back in and solve for the other one. So I'm going to, and it doesn't matter which equation you plug it into, I'm just going to take the top one. Got 4x plus 7y equals 3. So I'm going to take this negative 3 I got for y, and I'm going to plug it in for y. So I have 4x plus 7y, so 7 times negative 3 equals, drop the 3 down. So the negative 3 goes in there for y, and now you're just solving it for x. So we have 7 times negative 3 is negative 21. Drop everything else down. So 4x minus 21 equals 3. Now you're just solving for x. So I'm going to add 21 to both sides. Cancels that, leaves 4x equals 3 plus 21 is 24. Divide by 4, x is 6. Okay, so there's your solution. You got x is 6, y is negative 3. All right, so your first goal is just to multiply so that you can get your coefficients to cancel out. And you're going to have to multiply both equations here. And then solve for your variables very much the same. If you don't want to think too much about it, you can just switch the numbers, like number 2. I've got a 3 on the x and a negative 7 on the other x, so I can just switch the numbers 3 and 7. You're going to get 21 for each of them, and then you just have to make sure the signs work. You'll have a negative 21 on the top, a positive 21 on the bottom, so that'll be good. So that way will always work. Sometimes we'll give you bigger numbers than you need, but it will always work. Number 3, we have options, so we'll demonstrate what I mean by you might get bigger numbers. You could do what I said and just multiply the top equation by 8 and the bottom equation by 6, and they'll both be 48, and then you distribute the rest and get what you get there. Or if you think a little bit, I can make both 6 and 8, I can get them both to 24. All right, so if I multiply 6 by 4 and 8 by 3, they'll both be 24. And then you'll end up with smaller numbers to deal with. It might make it easier for you. It might not make much difference to you. It's completely up to you. All right, if you have questions about anything, let me know.